If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the WoW in transmogs. This is one of my favorite hunter sets that I put together. I really do like it. So that's the one time I'm allowed to compliment myself on a set. Siege of Orgrimmar to pick up the tier shoulders from Mop for hunters. Decent drop rate on that too. Moving on, the chest piece. Black Forge breastplate. Stratholme is the place. Various mums if you want to farm it. Stratholme's always worth going, especially if you don't have that Rivendell mount. Or you can buy the chest on the auction house. The belt is the Life Cycle Waistguard. Black Winged Descent. Magma. I think he's the first boss. So you can pop in. Did I get the belt? No, I didn't. Okay, next. And speaking of next, the legs, part of the same vanilla drop set from Stratholme. Various mobs there. Or you can buy it on the auction house. It's part of the same drop set from vanilla as the chest. And we have a human dude showing the feet. Mind Layers padded boots. Siege of Orgrimmar Iron Juggernaut. Happens to beat a boss at a 17% drop rate. And the grips of Unending Anguish. Siege of Orgrimmar Sun Tenderheart is the boss. Part of the same tier set as the shoulders and the boots, by the way. Gilded Thorian Cloak, Karazhan BC, Terrestrian Elhoof, 17%. Now they're coming in faster. Lady, look at that. That's a quest reward for the tabard on the Lady Goblin. The headpiece is Burnished Helm of Might. Blackrock Hold, kind of a fair drop rate to pick that up. And last but not least, the weapon, Brutal Gladiator's Longbow, Netherstorm BC PvP vendor. Here's a very unique look for hunters. Shoulder guards of Foul Streams, which of course is the Shaman tier set from Mop, but that's a piece that hunters can pick up. Earthbreaker Harem, 12% on the drop rate for the shoulders. Moving on to the chest, Sinister Aspirants, the Sinister Aspirin chain armor. Stormsong Valley, basically either have it or you don't at this point. Eventually you can buy it from Marks of Honor. Same bat song and time and station, all the same stuff is going to apply to the legs because you either have it or you don't at this point. Moving on, like I said, we were talking about these legs. The legs and the chest, part of the PvP tier set that you either have or you don't at this point. Eventually, I'm very confident Blizzard's going to put in a system where you could buy from Marks of Honor. Blizzard just doesn't like PvP vendors. Apparently, they crashed a server somehow, so you can't really have a lot of them in the game or any of them in the game. That's what I've been told. So the feet also, that's part of the same gig as the chest and the legs. The hands, as you can see, Shadow Moon, Burial Grounds, Bone Maw is the boss. Kind of a low drop rate to pick up those brown gloves. Nightborn Dude showing the Fetid Horrors Tangle Cloak out of Uldir. Decent drop rate on that, about 11%. And the headpiece, Sinister Aspirant's Chain Helm. You're going to get that out of Horde Zones, essentially, with those chests. But basically, it's either you have it or you don't at this point. Voice of the Quillen is the weapon. This is a mix and match of two-tier hunter sets. Living Mountains Shoulder Guards Heimal Tectus. 15% on the drop rate for those Wrath of the Lich King. I'm getting tired. That's, of course, from Warlords of Draenor, all the fun. Abhorrent Chest Guard of Torment, Throne of Thunder, Duramu the Forgotten. And he basically forgot to up the drop rate on it because it's only 5%. We got a Worgen Dude showing the belt. This happens to look really good on Worgen, which is a rarity because they always look kind of goofy. In any given helm that you put together, Hellfire Citadel will get that cool looking belt. Next up, we're going to show you the legs, part of the same tier set as the chest piece. Jai Kun is the boss, and we got about a 19% drop rate for the legs. Next up, we're going to show you a Zondalari Troll and the feet, Dreadrunner Sabaton's Mop level leatherworking. Check your local leatherworker or your local auction house, either or. One way or another, you'll figure out how to pick those up. There's the cloak. Get to that in a second. First, the Morning Scale Gauntlets out of Blood Maul Slag Mines. As you can see, the boss kind of fair drop rate for those, but that's spammable. It's a dungeon. You can do that every day, over and over, actually. Parrot Feather Cloak, Freehold, Sky Captain Crag is the boss on the back, or the cloak, same thing. Headpiece is straight out of the Stockades. It's a quest reward. You probably already have this. Grant Me Revenge. There's also a Horde quest, so either way you could get that eye patch. Deadeye, Boom Shooter, Skyreach is the place. This is kind of a remake of a set. I switched out the basically the chest and legs. The shoulders are the Wormstalker Spauldrons out of Dragon Soul, Hagar of the Stormbinder, 14% on the drop rate for those. Carapace of Grim Visions is the chest piece. Trial of the Champion, Edric's Cash, 11% on the drop rate, so Edric will drop that at 11% drop rate. Got a Lady Night Elf showing the court of Dragon Sanu, Stormwind or Orgrimmar, Valor Quartermaster, 180 gold to pick up that belt, so it's a quick, easy pickup. And legs, part of the same tier set or drop set as the chest. The Black Knight Trial of Champions, which of course is from Wrath of the Lich King. Next up, we're going to show you the boots, I do believe, on Luxeley. That's my hunter. Dead End Boots, End Time, Echo of Sylvanas. I believe all the Echo bosses drop those boots. Not 100% sure, though. 8% on the drop rate. Next up, we're going to show you the gloves, or the hands, Sporebeard Gauntlets, Dragon Soul, Morchuk. That's part of the same tier set as the shoulders. Decent drop rate on that. Just pop in real quick, kill Morchuk, and then next thing you know, you can just move on if you don't get it. Blood Knight, Warcloak, Shatrath. That's a purchase, easy pickup. Headpiece, love it. Quest reward, you got to get that. Nice little eye patch. And last but not least, the weapon, Trophy Gatherer, Untgard. Yes, I do know those are part of a Shaman tier set, but that's a piece that the hunters can get. Add a Dragon Soul, lesser cache of the aspects, 28% on the drop rate for the skulls on your shoulders, which is really kind of cool looking. Ghost World Chest Guard, Stormwind Orgrimmar, Valor Quartermaster, 375 gold. Easy pickup for the chest. Next up, we have the belt, which we have an undead dude showing. The Belt of the Beloved Companion. Dragon Soul LFR, Warmaster Blackhorn is the dude to drop the belt. Next up, we're going to show you the legs, which you can get from your Cata level leatherworker. Why I have the cost there is, I don't know how much it's going to cost in the auction house. Probably more than 375 gold. People just love hiking up the price. Stormwind Orgrimmar, by the feet. That's an easy pickup, 375 gold. For some reason, I like that number, so we're going to see it a lot. Next up, we're going to show you the wrist. Keep in mind, this is wrist, not a glove. So Firelands, as you can see, 9% on the drop rate for that wrist piece. And we have a Dark Iron Dwarf showing the Gilded Thorian Cloak. Karazhan BC PvP vendor. Terrestrian Elhoof, 17% on the drop rate for pretty much the one and only great cloak in the game. Replica Beastmaster's Cap, Dark Moon Isle. Baron sells them. That's the name of the vendor. And the weapon, Firelands Cache of the Fire Lord, 15% drop rate. And we're going to start off with the shoulders. Once again, we're going to a Shaman tier set. This is the piece hunters can pick up from the Burning Throne, Argus the Unmaker, 5% on the drop rate for those Shaman tier shoulders. Next up, the chest. This is sticking with hunter tier stuff. Throne of Thunder, Duramu the Forgotten. Fair drop rate on the chest piece. Next up, Throne of Thunder once again for the belt, as we have a Tauren dude showing the long draw chain belt. Cache of Storms, 14% on the drop rate for the green-eyed belt. Next up, we have the legs, which are part of the same tier set at a Throne of Thunder as the chest. Jinrock the Breaker, 5% on the drop rate for the Spearman's Jingling Leggings, which really doesn't really go well for hunters because you don't want people hearing you kind of moving around. Throne of Thunder is not the right place to go, but the Burning Throne would be. Varamathras is the boss, 5% on the drop rate for the Shade Walkers, so that's pretty cool to get. Once again, Burning Throne, Ionar the Soul Hunter is probably a hunter, 5% on the drop rate for the gloves. Next up, the back, Marsh Water Mantle. It's an Jungle Baleful Cloak, so that's one of those pieces that you can craft. When you find it, you craft it for yourself. Primal Gladiator's Chain Helm, that's an Alliance-only piece. And last but not least, the weapon. Siege of Ogamar, LFR, Galacross is the boss, 12% for the bow. Thank you for watching, everyone. The name here is Luxeley. Thanks for watching. Leave you with a final thought. Whatever it is by you, whether it's morning, afternoon, or night, make it epic.